everyone, welcome back to Anubis Temple. So today, because the double artifact has been passed basically, not has been, it passed like 2 weeks ago, or a week ago I think. My memory is god awful. But anyway, during that time I leveled up the Mercy artifact, which is great, and I wanted to make a video about it for a long time, but I was busy. Sorry about that. Engineering life is terrible, so yeah, let's get started. So for the first thing, we're gonna touch on artifacts. So the gear, I'm not really gonna say much about the gear. Everyone knows the gear by now. I mean, head, an even boost, you know, might, back, whatever you want, prevention strikes, legs you can have offering because you're gonna use it. I haven't tested that, but I think it works. I think, I'm not sure. Because Mercy replaced the offering, you still heal when you use offering. I mean, the heals are not that great, but just in case you want it. For Trampling Master and max damage, okay? That's the gear, nothing really crazy. Utility build, you definitely need a very strong pet, and I will tell you why later. Henchmen, you can leave them at the last slot, so you can actually keep changing between things like that, you know, if you want to. But your main should be henchmen because of Mercy as well. So yeah. For the artifacts, we're gonna go with Transformation, Mercy, and Soul Shard. Okay. The reason why I don't have Quizlet in here, if you have Soul Shard at 200, because at 200 it allows you to have 3 pets with the buff on them, at that time you can have Quizlet on. I mean, I'm still missing with Quizlet, even with just 2 pets or 3, whatever. But that's just when there's a crazy gym spam or whatever, and I just spam 2 or 1 supercharge constantly. But I think this combination here was the best for literally 90% of the time basically. Yeah, and let's launch the loadout. So, before we go into the loadout, the weapon, you definitely know, as Might, you don't really need any weapon, you just the first slot to weapon taps. Speed, or whatever movement you have, you don't really need something as well for pet damage, or pet build, or whatever. Iconics, you need new venom boost. That's it. Yeah, that's it. If you're not super speed, you can have Vermin Bloom to spam it as a supercharge with Eye of Gemini if you want to, and I'm gonna tell you how later. Stats point, supercharge,
what did he say?
Super powered, sorry, I've been spamming a lot. Critical attack, chance and damage, might and power, precision or health, up to you. Loadout, everyone should know this by now, because literally Fury, Offering and Godwave Strength takes 3 slots of your loadout already, so you're just stuck with 2 because you still need Supercharge. I've seen people not using Supercharge, but it's really weird. That's the meta right now, you're losing a lot of damage. You definitely need a finisher. That's for a single target, by the way. You need a finisher and a spammable power, which is gonna be Vengeance for a single target as well. For adds, it's gonna be Soul Barrage and Soul Bolt. Any power that actually has a cooldown and the other just spammable, that's all. But for me, because I use pet damage only for single target because the AoE are not that great, I use Prec for AoE, to be honest with you, and I'm gonna show you how later, but this is just gonna be a Might video. For the supercharge, you can, because new venom boost is amazing and all of that, but look at this, it's a 45 seconds cooldown. That's the issue. If you have spammers in the group, AOG, healers, tanks or whatever, there are so many people that is gonna be using 30% or 30 seconds, sorry, cooldown supercharges. So at that second or at that time, you can replace even and boost with the polymorph, or if you have more ads and bosses than this one. So it just depends on you. Because 30 seconds will definitely be better than 45 for new Venom boost. And for all you have to do, literally before having, let's just say the oh, my bad. Okay, let's start again. So, from the perspective where you're gonna have Quizlet, Mercy, and Soul Shard, all you have to do is just like go with your finisher, go to your loadout or inventory, equip the new Eye of Gemini. Of course, you're gonna do that in like in a millisecond. I'm just explaining it. Pop your supercharge, go back, equip this, and just continue loadout. You have to do this so fast, like something like this, for example. Get me? Okay, and yeah, that's how we do it. We just blah 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 blah, blah like this. And it's literally the same with transformation as well, because like nothing really changes. It's of course it's better if you have a spammer to actually have Quizlet because of that special attack that he does, and also make sure, because you're clipping or you're art swapping Soul Shard, don't forget to do the God Wave Strength before going to Eye of Gemini, so you can actually have the proc of God Wave Strength while Quizlet doing the special attack, so you have an extra damage on him. Other than that, I don't think anything else you can swap it with though. I mean, of course, if you have like Philosopher's Stone, Dead King Scepter, all of that, you can definitely do the exact same thing as well. Because the issue is that you can't swap transformation because of the crits. You can't sacrifice that. Mercy, you can't as well. I'm gonna explain why as well. Soul Shard is just fine. I mean, it resets, yes, but like not in that millisecond of switching an artifact won't save you that much anyway, so don't worry about it. For what else? Oh yeah, for the allies, you're definitely gonna need Aquaman because of the buffs for the pets that he does. If you find yourself having like 2 goddamn superchargers, the supercharger is full 24/7, I think you should go with the first passive, because it reduces the cooldown of your combat pet, ally, or whatever when you use a supercharge. But I think here my call is way better. Batman Who Laughs, of course, is like, I won't say a must. I think Aquaman is actually more must than Batman Who Laughs. It's just like a passive there, or just like helpful. If you find yourself running out of supercharge, you can use Cyborg, of course. AoE, you can use Cyborg, and single target is gonna be House of Legends or Batman Who Laughs. Flashpoint Batman. And I think that's about it. So let's touch about the Mercy artifact then. So, Hilu. For Mercy, if no one knows, I've seen so many videos about Mercy, and the people are comparing the damage that Fury does with and without Mercy. And in case you don't know, you're literally using Mercy because of the attack protocol. That's literally it. That's the only thing, in my opinion, why you should use Mercy. Maybe yes, the reactive field, yes, it helps a little bit, but you're not really gonna be meleeing a boss, or even like, I think in order it to work, you should be like around here. Let's be honest, I don't think you should be that close to the boss. Many circumstances. So yeah, for Mercy, chill Doomsday, Jesus Christ. Okay, for Mercy, in case you don't know, every time you hit your offering, or at that point it's called literally Mercy Attack Protocol, same goes with the Fortified Golem as well for Earth. Every time you do that, your pet DPS or pet trinket will be reduced at 160, which I don't know why people get it to 100. I don't think it should be 200. Yes, the shield is amazing and all of that, but it's 160. You can literally spam your pet. Literally spam it. Like when the pet disappears, you have like 3 seconds until you can summon it again. So it's crazy damage. So for example, let's try this. let's just see Mother Box alone, how much damage it does. As I said, look at the cooldown, literally, boom, and it's up again. It's crazy, it's literally crazy. And at 200, yes, it's faster, like it literally, the second it disappears, you can summon it back, but like, a second from 2 seconds is not really that big of a deal, guys. Yeah, and your loadout is literally like the very old pet DPS thing. Before it used to be Quizlet, Sword Shot, and Grim, but now we're replacing Grim with Mercy, because Mercy allows Fury to set PI already, so we don't need Grim, and the 200 Grim for the power regeneration or whatever wasn't really like that amazing, especially for a pet damage, because you're just spamming 2 powers, you're not really gonna run out of power that much. So boom, Mercy's gonna make Fury does that power over there, that move, which sets PI, bad karma, do it again, boom. So, in case if you don't know, thank you Fury, in case if you don't know, before we used to hit Godwave Strength first and then Offering, but in here, because the UI, it's a little bit weird, we have to do the opposite. You have to hit Mercy first, because look how long Fury takes to actually do the Mercy protocol. Look at that. By that time, Godwave Strength effect will be gone already. So you do this and then boom. So you guarantee the damage. And that's all you need to do. Yeah, for the henchmen, the reason why I said your henchmen should be a main thing, because when you summon them, first of all, they do damage to nearby allies or enemies, sorry. The same thing with your pet as well. Like if you've seen that green thing on the floor, which is basically this.
Nope. It was at this moment that he knew.
My bad.
He fucked up.
Forgot to attack first.
Oh shit, here we go again.
But hey ho, yeah. That's another thing of the artifact as well, it shields your henchmen, which is good. So, when you are actually in combat and you're not dumb, it should be this. That green thing on the floor, which should damage the enemies around. As I said, we're not really using Mercy for that attack or the shields, because yes, it helps, yes, henchmen used to die really quickly, so it helps them, all of that, yeah, but no, still won't really make that much a difference, because I mean, you're literally just using it for the attack protocol, that's all. Just reducing the pet trinket cooldown, just amazing. That's literally it. For damage, you really need to be really close to the boss, and it's really risky sometimes. Maybe on the ads, hallway, all that is great, but here, nope. So, by the way, let me just touch on the very last thing quickly. Someone lied to me before and said that the allies get buffed by Godwave Strength, which is a mistake actually. They don't. Someone said that they tested that before and it worked. I tested it many times. Let me know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. Yeah. The last tip, just don't forget to buff yourself before going in. Like literally before this video, I did Darkside Wolf Factory Elite, and I was going against a Gadgets with like crazy spamming Eye of Gemini. So I was like a mil behind him. That's pretty good for Gadgets. Everyone knows Gadgets right now. And yeah, I think I touch on everything. I think so. Our might is 135k. Yeah, the augments, might, of course. Don't worry about those two. I was just prec for the DLC and I switched back, so don't worry about that. Your might should be way higher. I think it's 140 right now if you're max everything, 145 something like that. Yeah. So don't forget, if you have Soul Shot 200, you don't need Mercy 200, you don't need Quizlet 200, just Soul Shot. And if you have, put Quizlet instead of Transformation Code. I don't want to say only if you're spamming Eye of Gemini or if you have a healer spam Eye of Gemini. Just put it there if you have Soul Shot 300 or 200, sorry. It will help a lot. And I think I covered everything. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, and I see you around. Bye!